Hello, welcome to a special love edition of Chiquis and Chill. You guys, I am excited because today's guest, she has a lot of experience, a beautiful personality, and I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Her name is Liliana Montenegro. She is an actress, she's a comedian, and the co-host of a podcast named Date My Abuelita First on My Cultura. So welcome, Liliana. How are you?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
It is an honor. It is such a privilege to be here with
you
and talking about love, especially.
Yes.
My favorite subject in the world.
I know. I have a lot of questions, by the way, so I hope you don't mind.
Oh my goodness, throw them at me.
I am a hopeless romantic in a way. I love to love and to be loved. So I thought, you know what better than to have a conversation with a woman who has been married 5 times. We'll get into that right now, you guys, which to me is very intriguing.
Not at the same time. Let's clarify that.
Let's clarify that. But it's the week of Valentine's Day. So I said let's talk about everything that has to do with love.
Oh.
So thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me. It's my brand new set. I'm still getting used to it. I've done audio for so long. Thank you so much. I wanted it to be warm. Yes. Okay. So do you feel like it's hugging you?
It is very much hugging me.
Okay, that
and
makes
I'm
me
hugging
happy.
it back.
Qué guapa. First of all, eres una mujer muy guapa.
Ay, muchas gracias.
You are very.
Almost 68 years on this earth.
What?
In March, 68
I'm not even
years.
joking. I did not think you.
I'm approaching this 70 with a lot of hope.
Yeah, you look great, and you have a beautiful energy. This is my first time meeting her, you guys. But to me, it's like I feel your energy, and you're very you're just a big, beautiful personality. I love it. And so okay, first of all, I'd like to ask you. The podcast, Date My Abuelita First. Why the name, the title? I want to know.
Well, the title came from the creators.
Okay.
Leo Clem, they put the name together, and it was their job to find the abuelita they wanted for this particular show.
Okay.
I never thought in my entire life, as crazy as I have been, as much as people call me the firecracker, as much as people like you tell me you have a great energy, I've always believed that you have to stay young, no matter how old
Absolutely.
you are. We never change who we are. When we become this beautiful person as a child, and then a teenager, and then an adult, we're already set on who we are. Me, I love love, just like you just mentioned to me before. I love to love. I love being loved. And that comes not only with your children, with your friends, with your coworkers, and with those that you choose as your life partners. It's not an easy thing to love.
It's not. It's a big risk. But it's something that you get addicted to in a way. It's like, that's what I always say. Love is the moving force of the universe. And sin amor, without love, how do we even exist? It's like, even for me, it's like you're busy, you have so many things to do, but then at the end of the day, you want to be hugged. Even if it isn't by a partner, it's by maybe a friend with benefits, a sibling. I don't know, just hug me. I just need to be held. Love, it doesn't have to just be a significant other. It's just, love is such a beautiful thing. It's a scary thing. It's a risk. But I love to feel it. And I love
Very challenging.
To feel it. Yes, it is challenging.
Very challenging. But when we are little, we're already set in who loves us. And that love stays within us. Like for me, my biggest love ever was my abuelita. Was both my abuelitas, though I was closer to my mother's mother. I have never in my life met a more gentle, kinder soul than that woman was to me.
Aww.
Where she would rush in the mornings to the fresh bakery to get me that sweet bread that I could take to school. And I could see her running from the bakery to where I was taking the bus with her little belly just bouncing down the street and going, Lily, Lily, your bread. That to me was love.
Yes.
Caring for others. Giving of yourself.
Absolutely.
But we don't work hard enough at it anymore. Times have changed so much that we have kind of forgotten what love is all about. And it's the only, in my mind and in my heart, it's like you just said, it's the only thing that moves the world. And it's the one thing that we are letting go of.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And we have to bring it back. And that's why Date My Abuelita First. Why? Because abuelitas know what it's about. Some of us, like I am an abuelita.
Right now, okay.
I am an abuelita. I have 2 grandsons, and I am so happy that they're boys because I can teach them. This is the way you do it, my boy.
This is the way you treat a woman. Así es como la conquistas. Tell us a little bit about like the gist, the concept of Date My Abuelita.
Absolutely. For those of you who will be joining us brand new on season 2 of Date. Oh, thank you. Date My Abuelita first. Now, you're not dating me. No. Though I would love the possibilities. But what it is we have 1 main dater and 3 possible contestants. And the 3 of them have to go through games and questions with Abuelita and my beautiful co-host, Vico Ortiz.
Okay.
And we ask all these questions and they have to go through me, meaning I have to like them. I have to accept what they're saying. I have to really, really get to the bottom of it all. Because, us abuelitas, we know it all.
Yes. Oh, my God. I love that.
And at the very end, the main dater ends with one of the contestants.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so that's why I wanted to know. I was like, okay, date my abuelita first. Because you think, like you said, of an abuelita, and it brings warmth. It brings just something to your heart. And when you said that right now, it made me like, I'm like, wow, unfortunately, I don't have that right now, but it's okay.
I am your abuelita.
Thank you.
I am your abuelita all day, all night. You can call me anytime or night. You know what? I've been reading a lot lately. You know how on social media they put these little sayings and they put older people nowadays.
Yes.
Which they tell everyone, oh, I don't care what people say anymore. I just want to love everybody. I'm going to be as open as I can. But there's one thing that keeps being repeated, and that is the fact that don't come to me the day that I die and tell me how much you loved me. Tell me now while I'm still alive.
Yeah.
When I, in all these 5 marriages that we have mentioned, was I in love every time? I know it's a question because when people find out that I've been married 5 times, the first thing that comes to their faces is laughter. And I go, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool that my life can make you smile. But it wasn't that easy for me because every time I was in love, every time I wanted it to be the last one.
You gave your all.
Every time I wanted to be loved like never before.
Yeah.
And every time I failed, every time we failed to communicate, we failed to share. We failed to remember that we can get to this 67, approaching your 70s really quick. And if you don't hold on to that love, you're going to be alone. And I am alone. I am alone every single day of my life because the family has moved on. Many of my loved ones have passed away. My child and my grandkids are in another state. So who do I love? I love Chiqui when she welcomes me into her studio. I love Leo when he takes me to lunch. I love everyone that I meet along the way because that's what my heart tells me to do.
You're so beautiful. I can't. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. I know.
It's love is very spiritual, but it's very much a conscious choice.
Yes.
And we have to be kind.
It's a choice. Yeah. And when you say that, the world, people have even sometimes stopped loving. I feel like I go to different states and obviously we live here in California, but sometimes I feel like it's just the hustle and bustle and you go to another state and they open the door and they say, good morning. I'm like, ¿Dónde está eso? Like that's loving. That's thank you for opening the door. There are times when I open the door for someone and they won't even say thank you. And I'm just like, okay, cool. You're welcome. It's like little things like that show love, that show compassion, and I feel like, no, we have to, and I'm glad we're having this conversation and I'm glad you guys have Date My Abuelita first because we have to have these conversations so people don't forget the importance of love and how we need to be love-based. And I always tell myself because for a long time I was afraid of loving. I was afraid of falling in love. So I had to, and this is a mantra of mine or an affirmation every morning where I tell myself, it is safe for me to love and to be loved every day, because I have gotten hurt by people, even by my own parents, even by it just happens. You know what I mean? And you feel, I had for a long time the fear of abandonment, and I had to heal that. And it was because I love so hard. But because I love so hard, I also hurt very hard, because it's like, ay, te doy todo, I'm giving you everything, and this is how, como me pagas, in a way. If you don't mind me asking, when was the first time, how old were you when you first got married?
My very first time, I got married at 19. Okay. I got pregnant at 18.
Okay.
I always said I came from a very abusive upbringing when it comes to my mother. But there was one word that I wanted to mention to you when you were just saying all of this. It's a matter, and I've said it before, loving is a matter of forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
We have to forgive ourselves.
Yep.
We have to forgive our parents.
Yes.
Like my mom might have done a lot of no-nos, but she was so young. She was 17 when she had me. And she didn't know any better. Came from an abusive family all on her own. She was the last child of 9. And by that time, my grandfather, who was the chief of police, was just so radical in his ways. And my grandmother, who was the kindest, sweetest. But there was abuse there too. It came from generations.
Yes.
Is that cultural baggage that we just can't get rid of. But yes, we can. And yes, we should. Because it's not taking us anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
As Latinos, we need to get rid of all of that.
Yep. We got to stop in it. The change starts with us. Yep. Nip it in the bud. I agree. Breaking generational curses, guys.
Absolutely. And we have to love. It's crazy to think how far we have come in life and society. But really, as Latinos, we haven't.
Yeah.
We have forgotten that we have been loved since we were little. We have so much to offer. So much. And I have forgiven my mother. I have forgiven my past. I have even forgiven husband number 4 who died on my birthday.
Oh.
I know you loved me. It was your last way of telling me. Okay. But you have to forgive and you have to move on.
Forgiving it gives you the wings to fly, to soar. I have a whole book on it because I had to learn to forgive and really forgive, not just say it, you know, como dicen de lo sientes pa fuera. It's like really meaning it and really just letting go of that baggage. And resentment makes you sick. It's like, it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for the other person. So it's like, it's a gift. Forgiveness is a gift to ourselves, which is also a part of loving. And do you still believe in love? Do you feel like is there another husband out there for you? I mean, I feel there might be. I mean,
goodness,
or there is.
I am always looking for number 6.
Yeah.
It's a great number.
Yeah.
6 is let me tell you. Okay.
I love
it. Number 1, since you come from an abusive home, all you want to do is run away from it. And I think that the first time that I married, that's exactly what I was looking for. However, I was blessed with a child. And having my beautiful Delva Gabriela, what a gift.
Yeah.
What a gift having her. Not only was it a gift from her, but it's something that I don't talk much or I haven't mentioned much on season 1 of Date My Abuelita. But I am going to bring him into the stage light, and that is God. Because walking in faith and living in that faith is the hardest thing to do. Especially when you are hurt, when you're so young, when you don't know, especially when the years go by. So when I had Delba a couple of years later, I had my first bout with cancer. And at that point, I couldn't have any more children.
Oh.
So that was my most beautiful gift ever, was to have her.
Oh, I see.
Of course, husband number 1 left me because he wanted more kids.
Oh, so that, okay. Well, you know what? He came and served his purpose to give you your baby girl. Yeah, because people ask me that all the time. It was very hard for me to get married first. Like I've been married and divorced. And then when we got separated and got divorced, it was so difficult. I was just like, because I wanted to make it work. I grew up in a household where, marriage didn't work. And that's, I don't judge my mother. And if anything, I've learned so much from it. But I was like, yo, I want to make it work and I'm going to try and I'm going to try. And I let go, or should I say I ignored a lot of red flags. But it broke my heart so bad to get divorced because I wanted it to work. And I was like, I don't want to fall in the same steps. But it's like, in a way back then, now I learned my lesson, but I was in a way being judgmental and thinking, not knowing how difficult really marriage is and thinking, oh, it's easy. We can make this work. And in a way, not blaming my mom because she had reasons to leave sus parejas, her marriages. But I guess I just wanted it así, a fuerza. I was like, I want to make this work. But it broke my heart. But now I'm like, you know what? I believe in marriage. I want to get married. If I get married, I've said this before, I think in interviews where I'm like, you know what? I'll be like J-Lo, no se agüita. If she finds a man and she gets married, hey, whatever. Love is love and you get married as many times as you want. So I'm with you on that. We're going to pray for a good number 6 for you.
Thank you very much. The only thing that I sacrificed throughout all these marriages was my relationship with my child.
Oh, okay.
That was a love that I misunderstood for a very long time. You never stop having that conflict, not only with yourself, but with your child. Had I had a boy, it might have been different, but I have a daughter. And of course, we don't want our same choices and mistakes to be passed on. Or the way that they see us and they judge us. Yeah. Especially as you get older and older and your child leaves you behind. Yeah. So we have to learn to not only forgive ourselves, but to love ourselves more than we love that guy or that idea of marriage. Yeah. I would love to have husband number 6, let me tell you. I would love to have a wonderful man in my life. Because I thought I loved number 1. No, he gave me a beautiful gift. I thought I loved number 2. He was mean and abusive. I thought I loved number 3. It was a boring situation. I thought I loved number 4. Again, he was mean and demeaning. And I thought I loved number 5, which to this day I still do. But he was 20 years younger. He was my spirit. And for that reason, I still love him. But that a man has come into my life and said, I'm going to treat you like the queen that you are, or I'm going to give you all my love. No, that hasn't happened. So if you are out there and you would like to be number 6.
Make sure you're a good man, though. No, we don't, yeah.
That you're still breathing.
That you're still breathing. Oh my goodness. But from every person that you've been with and been married to, you learned something, you grew, and that's what I feel like. I'm like, okay, we learn, they're all teachers, they're masters, and it's up to us what lesson we learn to make ourselves better for the next person or for ourselves even, but that's something that I speak about a lot on the podcast is the importance of loving yourself. And you can only love people as much as you love and respect yourself. And you need to give yourself your place. And my mom would always say, you have your main meal, your main course, and then your partner is the dessert. They're there to complement your life. They shouldn't be your whole life. It's you respect them, they respect you, and they're your dessert. And I'll never forget that.
And that is one thing that because we don't learn, because we come from such a culture full of baggage when it comes to the love department, we don't learn to be kind or to give it our best shot or to really open up our hearts or to accept them for who they are. We always want to try and change everyone around us. Yeah. And that is so silly. We need to just love everyone. Yeah. No matter how we love them, accept them for who they are. I repeat this a million times in my life. People don't change. We are who we are.
You can't change them.
No,
Mhm.
and we can't change ourselves either.
Mhm.
We are already set in those ways, but we
Mhm.
can truly compromise.
Yeah.
We can compromise, we can accept them for who they are. And maybe in the communication process of creating the new relationship, then, have your best friend. And
Mhm.
that's what I miss about husband number 5. He was my best friend.
He was like your soulmate.
He totally
probably.
was.
Mhm.
He totally was.
Was it a mutual like separation? It was nice.
No,
You guys know?
that was all
Okay.
me.
Okay.
It was
Mhm.
all me. And that is what I'm saying about not learning from our own. I've been alone now for 14 years.
Okay, that was my next question. Okay,
14 years.
Okay.
In those years, I've had a lot of time to get to know myself.
Mhm,
But the reason that I pushed him away, 1, he was younger.
mhm.
2, I thought he would be a great father. I thought he needed to find a younger woman. And I just pushed him completely away from my life. And it's the worst mistake I have ever made.
I think you're speaking to my soul right now because my partner, my fiance, is 7 years younger, and I've been battling with this. And this is something I haven't spoken to anyone really out loud because he's 7 years younger, and I wasn't sure for a long time if I want to have kids or not. If I can even, I don't know, and I was kind of in a way pushing him away. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you need a younger girl and someone that hasn't been married and hasn't been through all this stuff. I'm a workaholic, because he has said that before, that I felt like, but he's so good to me. Me trata muy bien. And he just says that I'm the best thing that's ever happened to him. And he treats me. It's not just he just says it. He treats me very well. And I feel like right now you're speaking to me. It's like,
So why are you sabotaging it all?
yeah.
Because that's exactly what we do.
Yeah. I feel like it's more of in a way of like, I don't know, self-destructive. I don't know.
It totally is.
Mm-hmm.
But in that process of talking about how you have forgiven yourself, have you really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or what are you waiting for? Who are you waiting to give you? Hello? Knock, knock. Chiqui.
Yeah.
Or knock, knock
Mm-hmm.
on your heart.
Yes.
7 years younger. So what? He can bring some bright light and some enthusiasm and something new to your relationship that you don't know anything about. And you think you can let go of that? Do you know what a gift that is? Don't ever let go of that. When you just said that he treats you well, that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Is that love, that constant care and companionship, that youthfulness, that brightness, that light. Enjoy it. And every word that comes to your mind where you go, oh no, or my mom did this, or my uncle, or a chino de la esquina, whoever it is, we don't care about that. We care what is happening and what Chiqui is feeling right now from this moment on.
Right.
And you love him for who he is.
I do.
And you give him those children if you want them. That is your choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, I'm just very happy I have one little girl that can stay in this world. I know that the new generations are kind of staying away from being parents, and that's how our world is changing.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, my OBGYN told me the other day, she said, it's something that stuck to me. I think for a long time I was afraid of having a baby because of the beautiful, and also, I don't know what the word is, but with my mom, we were so close in age. We were like sisters. We had a very, very difficult relationship, but a very beautiful one at the same time. And I always thought, I'm like, I don't know if I've already raised my siblings. Like, I want to kind of do my own thing. And I made up all these excuses, and it was out of fear, I think, of just, I don't know, maybe repeating the same pattern. But I'm like, it's up to me. Maybe that's what I have to do, is have a child to heal that relationship, But she told me.
One second. Mm-hmm. You want to have a child to heal which relationship?
With my mom, because I thought if I have a girl, because I always wanted a boy for the same reason.
Still now you feel that way?
No, now I don't. Now I'm like, okay, lo que Dios quiera, whatever God wants. If I do have a girl, then maybe through that relationship with my daughter, I can heal my relationship with my mom. And if it's a boy, then, now it was like, I want a boy. If not, I don't want a kid. It was kind of like that because of the fear of the relationship that I had, even till the end of my mom's days, and now it's like, it was crazy because we were so close. and people come and they see that you're so close to your mom and you have such an important place in her life, that quieren quitar. They want to cause issues, you know, and make up lies and do all these things. And unfortunately, things stay that way. The good thing is I've gone through therapy and I do self-work every single day. So I don't carry that with me anymore. I'm like, you know what? My mom and I are good. So I've healed that. Now I feel like if he's the only person, my partner is the only one that has made me think, okay, he'd be a great father. If he wants a kid and God allows it, hay que hacerlo. Whatever is meant to happen. I'm more open to it for sure now. Now I'm like, you know, here are my ovaries. Take them. No. But yeah, I mean, also my OBGYN was telling me right now that you were telling about your daughter. She told me, she says, you know what? You're never going to regret having a child, but you will regret not having one.
Yes.
And I said, ooh. When she told me that, I was like, oh, okay, that changes things a little bit. I'm like, okay. So now you're like, you know, you're happy. You had one and she's in the world and she's your legacy. So I don't know. You know, I know this has been kind of like a heavy conversation. You guys,
it's been totally heavy.
It's been a heavy, beautiful relationship.
We're going to gain some weight at the end of this show.
But I'm telling you guys, I love her personality. No. Okay, so would you mind if we ask you, or if I ask you a few questions?
Oh, please go
I know
ahead.
I've asked you quite a bit, but there's some fun ones, you know. But okay, first of all, this is just one of my personal questions. What's your sign? What's your tu signo?
I'm a Pisces.
You're a Pisces.
With
okay.
What was that word? I think
rising.
My rising is Pisces.
Okay.
So I'm a full-on Pisces.
You're a full-on. Oh wow, you're a full-on Pisces. Nice. Okay. I was like, we have a lot in common. I'm a Cancer. My mom was a Cancer.
Don't know much about signs.
Yeah. I'll tell you later. Okay. So since it's Valentine's Day week, let's start with this. Okay. What are your thoughts on the holiday? Do you celebrate it? Is it corny to you? Are you the type that, like, you know, you like to spend time by yourself? Do you go out with your amigas? Like, what is it that you like doing for Valentine's Day?
Again, we have to go into the topic of how the years go by.
Mm-hmm.
And at our different ages, like if there is people who are in their 20s or 30s, let's talk about when I was at that age. Oh, yes, I would celebrate everything.
Yeah.
As the years have gone by, what will I do in a couple of days on Valentine's Day? I will probably call those that I love the most. There will probably be on one hand the number of people I will call. Because most people, like I mentioned before, are too busy. People have very busy lives. And in the process of their busy lives, they don't have time for anyone else. And as I was growing up in my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, even until my 50s, before I sold my house a couple of years ago and finally, you know, got rid of all those memories from the past, big parties, lots of people, and then it's just you living in a little cubicle because you have gotten older and everybody has moved on. Up until then, I would celebrate all the time. I would dress for the occasion. I will wear flowers. I will buy flowers. I will send cards. Yeah. I would call. I would love. I would hug. I would kiss. Now, as you get older, nobody calls you. You don't make that many more phone calls. The cards are not as many that you buy. You pass by the aisles where the chocolates and the hearts are, and you don't have anyone to buy them for anymore.
Oh. Well, I'm going to buy you
So when I say love everyone around you, do it until the day they die. Don't let them be all by themselves. Love your mothers, your aunts, your grandmothers.
Show them their love.
Show them. And you and everyone might agree with me right now by looking at me. But wait. Just wait until those 20 years go by. And you'll be sitting in a chair and you'll be going, oh my goodness, I remember talking to Abuelita. And this is what she was talking about. We don't do it because we're mean people. We don't do it because, you know, we've been taught, hey, you have to be like this when you get to this age. No. We always keep that child in us. There's a commercial that just came out. I'm not going to say the name of the company because I always forget anyway. But there's 3 ladies sitting on a bench. And they're in their probably 80s. and they're watching all these children going down the snow, sliding down the snow. And one of the ladies decides to buy some pillows to put on the little, I don't know, the sliding little things that you used to go down.
Yes. The slides.
The slide.
Yeah.
And you see these three
the sleighs.
Ladies, the sleighs, three ladies in their 80s sitting there, enjoying going down the slope of this little snow hill, just like when they were children.
Oh.
Why? Because we always are. Because that love, that desire, that want to have fun and be loving and show the world. And what do you see when they get to the bottom? How they're smiling, how they're feeling that love.
Yeah. Healing their inner child.
Oh.
Yeah.
But don't make me cry anymore.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I think even like getting, I always say this too on the podcast. I'm like, you know what? Even if you don't have a partner, go and whatever it is that makes you happy. Maybe that's what you're going to wake up that day and see how you feel. If you want to go to lunch, if you want to take a bath, if you want to cover my house, whatever you want to do on Valentine's Day, you let me know.
What's her address? Just write it down for me. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Please write it down. Okay, next question. For those in long-term relationships, do you have any advice on how to spice it up? What if? Well, how long was your longest marriage?
That's a very good question. Let's see. Let me backtrack here. The longest was my last one.
Okay.
It was 11 years. And they were amazing.
Yeah.
They were amazing. We had a lot of fun. I continued to be very young through those years. If you get to a point in your relationship where you have to start thinking about how to spice it up, you've already screwed up.
Oh, dang. Okay, shoot.
No, we need to keep it spicy all the time.
I think, But both ways, right? Not just the woman. It has to be vice versa. Yeah, okay, cool. Just men out there, también ustedes.
No. Oh, no, señores. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to show your queen who she is.
Mm-hmm.
You have to treat her as such.
Yes.
Señores Latinos, por favor, we've done enough damage to this cultural baggage thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on and just love them.
Yeah, this machismo thing of like, no, yo no voy a ser un mandilón.
No,
it's
ese es antiguo, yeah, that is so, yeah.
And it has to be both ways. Like I said, women también tenemos que conquistar. Romance our men, as I was trying to find the word in my head. Okay, and I always, that's another thing that as women, we want men to know exactly what we want and what we want. The truth is, we need to tell them. We need to let them know what we expect, what we like. Hey, bring me chocolates. I like flowers. I like this. Conquístame. We also have to communicate, So just a little, that's my little piece of advice.
And even, and I think we were just talking, there was a conversation going on today, that even if you go on a first date,
mm-hmm.
and at the beginning of the night, you both have this idea of where it should go, talk about it.
Yes.
Mention it.
Communicate,
guys. Even from the very beginning, so that at the end of the date, you don't go, oh, is that how you felt? Oh, is that what you thought? Because no, we need to talk about it. I messed up some. I actually went out last night and there was a very good looking younger man than me, but closer to my age, next to me at the bar, trying to get a drink. And for like the few minutes that he was there, I was like, okay, in my mind, okay, you're cute. And he's looking at me like, okay, you're cute. And let's get a drink. Oh, why don't you get a drink? Why don't we take a picture? And we do. And then he leaves and I'm like, I messed that up.
Oh, you're going to be like, hey, here's my number.
Hello.
Well, what does Liliana drink at a bar? I want to know. What's your drink? What's your go-to drink?
Actually, I have stopped drinking.
Oh, okay.
During the beginning of January this year, it'll be a year already, I became a vegetarian.
Oh.
For her health purposes.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that I live a lot longer. And I decided that coffee is now my drink of choice.
Okay.
And once in a while, maybe just a tiny little bit of vodka with some cranberry juice. Okay. And that's about it.
That's about it. Okay.
But I feel so much livelier without any alcohol.
Girl, I know. I've been thinking about that. It's like my long-term goal. I love tequila, but I'm just like, yeah, o sea, I'm on a cleanse. Okay, you got to cleanse it out. But but I just, it's part of my shows. It's part of like my culture, our culture, you know. So, I do want to hopefully one day be
Tequila
vegetarian.
is the alcoholic baggage of the Latino culture.
Tequila and tamales. I'm just kidding. but yeah, I mean, I commend you for that. That's admirable because that's honestly one of my desires is to be vegetarian and not drink any alcohol at all. So, okay, I wanted to ask. You said you were at a bar, so I was like, I wonder what she drinks. But
well,
okay.
you know, the one thing that I truly believe in is willpower.
Big time.
And willpower is very hard to have and keep.
Yep, and keep. As we get older, I've noticed it's harder and harder. But willpower, that's something I love to do. That's why I do these cleanses. I like to challenge myself, my body, my mind. So that's one thing that I feel has been lost as well. Besides love, it's like, we don't want to challenge. We want everything easy. We want that magic pill that's going to make us everything just so easy and fast. So that's awesome. Willpower. I'm so glad you talked about that.
Willpower.
Willpower is huge.
That's one thing that I can say I have a lot of. And I think that willpower is also what helped me make it through each relationship. Because I might have been married 5 times, but I also did a lot of dating in between.
Oh. She
What
is
can
my
I
type of
tell
girl.
you? What can I tell you? But I am 14 years behind. So number 6, move right along.
Hello.
I keep insisting.
Okay, so I have a great question talking about this. No, a partner number 6, okay? Just if someone's watching. What qualities make a good partner?
Oh, kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Kindness, humility.
Is it important that he believes in God as well or has your same faith?
He has to believe in God. He has to have some form of faith, you know, to keep on going. It's so hard to hold on to it, and he's got to have a little bit of good looks. I mean, I got to have something good to look at. I'm giving him my best.
Heck yes. And a good package of money. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't know where she was going with that.
Just joking. Pablo's over there like, what?
Money is what we're talking about. Money. Okay.
Yes, money. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, you guys, honestly, I'm not that type of girl. I'm not like a gold digger or que ando buscando un hombre con dinero. I agree with you. I need a man that knows how to communicate, that is kind. Kindness that's a part of your character. You know when someone's kind, like how they treat other people, you know. I just, little things like that, I'm very observant. So kindness is huge. And of course, faith for me. Okay, so we have another question. Are you for or against situationships? Like, what are the pros and the cons there? What do you think?
What do you mean by that?
A situationship. So a situationship is a friend with benefits. I don't have a relationship, but I have a situationship. Well, there's no title. We just, you know.
Is that what it's called nowadays?
A situationship. And it's a huge thing. Or my sneaky link. Your sneaky link. So do you have a sneaky link, Liliana?
Hell, I wish.
I had to ask. I'll find you one. I'm just kidding.
You know. Wow, who's coming up with these words?
I don't know, but that's newer-ish.
Situationship. No, I had the opportunity to have one maybe a couple years ago with a much younger man again, because younger men look for me.
Yeah, because you have a very young spirit for sure.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't want to. Okay. At this point, no, hell, I don't have time for situationships. You know, what if I died next year? I want the 1 year ship.
A 1 year ship, yeah.
Whatever life ship comes my way.
I like that. She likes life ships. Okay, so for instance, do you feel that, or have you learned from your own experiences that having someone just to have sex with, let's just put it the way it is, it's like you for me, I've learned, I think that just giving yourself to someone sexually, it's just, you're exchanging energy. Like I can't have just sex to have sex. Like I have to have some type of feeling, you know. It's like I wouldn't work for me personally, because I've told my friend this, and I'm not gonna say who, but I told her, I said, you know what? I think you need to stop having sex with these random guys. You know, it's you're not allowing God and the universe to bring in the right person, because God and the universe, whatever you want to call it, thinks you're busy because you are exchanging energy. Just chill. Use your vibrator. Okay, sorry.
It's like I say, I have a lot of sex. There's just nobody there.
I love you. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm that friend. I'm that friend that I'm like, look, I'd rather you save that and use this. I'm the friend that's going to give you a vibrator because I'm like, you know what? This is safer. This is safer for your feelings and don't catch anything. It's just better in every way. Just use this thing. So anyways, we got into a whole other conversation, but that's what she thinks on situationships. Okay, I love it.
Oh, no. They should. No, people. That's why people are not loving each other.
Yeah.
Because they're too busy just one moment here, one moment there.
Yeah.
Now, how many situationships does one person have? And how do you know or not know that these are going on?
Mm-hmm.
And does it not bother you?
That you might not be the only one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about diseases and things like that? How about no?
Yes. No on situationships. She doesn't like them. I honestly, it's too much.
And I'm with you. Now I'm understanding the Cancer Pisces link here.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have that feeling.
For sure.
That loving feeling.
Yeah. I'm like, I need to be attracted. I need to feel that you want me. I need to just feel it. Okay, so I have one more question for you.
Only
one more.
Aww.
But it's okay though, because I've had such a great time with you. I feel like we've only been here for like 15 minutes. Okay, So what's your best advice on getting over an ex? Listen up, guys. Okay, what's your best advice on that?
Remember to look in the mirror and just love yourself. When you have a breakup, and I can tell you after each breakup, yes, and I'm talking not only a breakup of a relationship with a man, I'm talking about a friendship with a woman. I'm talking about a relationship with one of your parents or your siblings or even your children. In order to continue with that, you have to be, number one, very honest with yourself. Love yourself. Look in the mirror the very next day and go, I gave it my all.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to absolutely be sure that you gave it your all. Because I'm going to tell you, like it or not, I gave each marriage and each relationship my very best.
Mm-hmm.
I loved them. I might have not been too smart about it. I might have made a lot of mistakes and silly choices. But in my heart of hearts, I gave it my all. And I loved them the best way that I could. Yeah. But I wasn't loved back the same way. So you have to let them go and wish them the best.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the best. Yeah, wish them the best. It's not easy, but it's possible. Poco a poco. Know that, you know what, this too shall pass.
And remember that the new relationship has nothing to do with the old one.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Not your past experiences.
Yeah.
Not the mistakes that you made. Not even the silly thoughts that run in your mind every single day about the mistakes from the past. When you have someone new in your life, you give them that newness.
And you give them that. Oh, exactly. I love that advice.
Do it all.
Absolutely.
Do it all over and beautiful.
Yeah.
And my best advice to you is love this relationship that you are in, because it makes you so light and airy and bright.
Oh,
your eyes shine. And your smile is so pretty when you're just thinking about it. And I don't know him. And I just met you. But open up your heart, open up your mind, and he will do the same. He already is.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And I want to invite it to the wedding. That's another point. Anybody want
Absolutely.
my address?
You guys heard it here on Chiquis and Chill. It's going to happen. No, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I love hearing that advice from you. From like, now I have an abuelita. So
you have me as your abuelita.
It.
My number anytime you want to. You know, I say this all the time. You can call me anytime.
I love abuelitas, you guys.
If you have a moment when you just want to cry and you just go, hey, Lily, listen up. That's all. I will be there just to listen to your tears, just to listen to one word you have to say.
Yeah.
I want people to think of me as their abuelita. I want people to help me live through them, to help me give them a little bit of the loving advice that I never got.
Yeah.
Because I would have been one step ahead.
Oh, but look at you. You're amazing.
No,
thank you so much.
Keep being amazing,
yes,
by God.
You are. Thank you for being here. It was
Chiqui.
A pleasure. It was a beautiful, beautiful conversation. And I'm so grateful that we were able to talk about this.
Thank you.
It's such an important subject, love. So you guys remember, be loved based. Okay. Always open your heart to love. That's the best way to live. Don't give up on love. Like Lily said, you know, to get over your ex, you just look within and say, you know, what can I have done different? What can I do better? And that always helps. It's like, okay, cool. It didn't work here. Forgive that person so you can move on. And I love what you said about giving yourself your newness to that new person. You know, they should not suffer because of your past. So that's another thing, you guys.
And remember that if you're holding on to that relationship, you just broke up, but you're holding on to that pain, to that resentment. And all that God is saying to you is, I have someone new. But you got to clear that slate first.
You got to clear it. You got to let go of that baggage.
So I can bring him down.
Yes. Thank you. You're so pleasant.
Thank you,
and thank you guys for watching and listening to another episode of Chiquis and Chill. And I will see you guys on the next one. Besitos. Besitos. Dales besitos a ellos, Lily.
Todo mi amor.
This is a production of iHeartRadio and My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcasts and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.